What's up, guys? Welcome back to Shane's Movie Reviews. Shane here, and welcome into my new house. I don't know if you guys like it. Chloe, what do you think? What do you think of the place?
I love what you've done with the place, Shane. Looks great.
Thank you, thank you. And if you saw the title of this video, you obviously know what movie we're reviewing, and that is Vivarium. And that is why you can see this nice, boring, plain, uh, perfect-looking house with perfect-looking clouds behind me, because is what the movie was all about. It was just about a couple getting into a situation they never wanted to be in. So, well, Chloe, maybe we should address why you're in space. What are you doing there?
I don't know. I'm just kind of hanging out over here. I just wanted a change of pace. I was kind of tired of my house with this whole lockdown situation.
Honestly, and this movie is kind of the definition of a quarantine going crazy type situation. You have Eisenberg, geez, and Imogen Poots. I think that's how you say her name. I hope I'm saying it right. Uh, these two lead actors and actresses in this movie, and that's really all you have. And this is, again, I should probably preface, my 25th movie of the year, Vivarium. And Vivarium is a very interesting title for the movie. And as we get into it, as we talk more about it, I watched an ending explained video because I had to, because this movie just blew my mind in ways that I wanted it to, but at the same time didn't really help the situation. So here's the definition of the word. Here we go. Vivarium, if I can pull it up. I don't even know where it just went. Okay, one second. So we have a vivarium is an area usually enclosed for keeping and raising animals or plants for observation or research. Often a portion of the ecosystem for a particular species is simulated on a smaller scale with controls for environmental conditions. Now, if you can interpret that in a certain way, and again, we'll get into maybe the ending explained video in a little bit, what are your thoughts on the movie in general?
Well, I liked the movie. I'm a huge fan of Black Mirror, and anybody else who's a fan of Black Mirror would really like this movie. It's kind of like an extended episode, if you will. I feel like though it really could have been better. I feel like it had a lot of potential if maybe they just built on it a little bit better. It really could have been a good masterpiece. I don't know. But I told you whenever we were watching this, I literally felt insane like watching it. They really did a good job of like immersing you in the movie and connecting with the actors and feeling like you were really there.
I hate you for stealing my word of potential, as that was the main thing I was going to go for here. But yes, this movie was built on potential, the potential for something big, the potential to have the child who the couple of Eisenberg and Poots has to raise throughout this movie of what it's built towards could have been an alien takeover of some sort, and that's no spoiler if you've seen the trailer. But it just felt like there was so much more there that could have made this movie great, but it just wasn't. And you have the technique of simple yet effective, and that was most of the movie until you get to the anticlimactic end of just unsatisfactory questions left unanswered, questions unsolved. And you don't want a movie to explain everything to you and baby feed you all this information and make it seem as if you can't even think for your own. But this movie has so much downtime that most people would probably find it boring and not even use their mind. Their mind would probably wander off because there's so much time of lull and of silence. And maybe that's what it was going for. It was going for this eerie vibe of there's no one around to help you, to save you. But many people would probably just turn it off and just get bored with this. And I think that's a problem with this movie.
Yeah, no, I really couldn't have said it any better myself. Um, it,
You got your own
yeah,
notes I see now.
yeah, I really don't have anything else to say. I mean, you said it all. It just really it could have done a lot better. And the CGI, I told you it was kind of a little bit off. I'm not sure if that was like a reason, because like the picture behind you,
I know,
it
we're going to talk
like
about this right now. You ready?
okay, go
Oh,
ahead. Yeah.
Just one more little quick recap. Eisenberg and Poots were great. I thought their performances was great, but there was a lot to be desired. Again, a lot of untapped potential with this movie of where it could have gone. Now, this could be a spoiler, so I'll preface it spoiler warning, just in case you don't want to know too much about the movie. I read a theory, and there's theories all out there, that this movie is either an alien simulation or a video game simulation. you saw, and if you see the movie, you'll notice this, but the one time where they had a patch of grass, and Eisenberg throws the cigarette, and it burns the grass, and it looks like claymation almost how it opens up. People were saying how there was like in a video game simulation, stuff is limited to what you can do. So in a map there's restrictions of where you can go, so that's why every time they tried to escape they couldn't. Again, Vivarium is an enclosed space where people do research. Aliens could be doing research on these people, raising their mutants for them to eventually, I guess, we don't know. Again, another reason, another thing wrong with this movie is that there's so much to be desired, so much left on the table that we just don't know where this movie was going. It didn't seem like it had a clear direction at the end. I don't know if it was setting up for a sequel, which again, I don't know how that would even happen with the way things unfolded in the movie that we won't talk about, so we don't fully spoil the movie. But could it have been a simulation of some kind? I mean, video game restrictions, maybe there was no roots to the grass because you're not supposed to dig the grass. Maybe, things lagged a little bit when the house burnt down in the beginning, that I think was in the trailer too. It immediately popped back up. Why? Because the house, once it gets burned down in like a video game, it magically reappears.
That makes a lot of sense. That didn't even really cross my mind whenever I watched this movie. Maybe this is like a sort of movie you need to watch the explained video after you watch it.
But do they even have a real explanation is the question. Like, you're in space right now because of aliens, because we think aliens are behind everything in this movie. But are they? What did this kid see? What has been seen? What's going on with everything around? We don't know, and you won't know, and I don't think anyone will ever know because this movie just did not fully just wrap it up like it should have, and it's unfortunate.
It's like there's just too much speculation, like from the audience, and it just didn't, play it
Yeah,
out well.
you're thinking too much and then you're overthinking it, and then you're like, "Why did I even think about it? I wasted my time." What are you gonna give this one?
57%.
That's fair. I know you had it a little bit lower the other day. You went up a little bit. I'm going to give it a rookie score, 60%. Again, we said the word a million times. There is potential with this movie to be great. If it maybe was another 20 minutes long, or maybe cut 20 minutes of pure silence that honestly that it had that wasn't needed, and filled it with something else that could have wrapped everything up together and answered some of the questions. You can leave some stuff unanswered, but just give us more substance to work with, and this movie could have been probably one of the best of the year. For now, it is what it is. It has a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience score a little bit lower, 36%. They're not liking it too much. But that's going to be it for us right here, guys. We're going to keep watching 2020 movies. We're going to keep figuring all this out as we go along. We'll probably change the backgrounds up. You probably won't see us in a vivarium home or in space next time. Maybe we'll be on the beach or in Times Square. We'll see where all this takes us. But as always, peace out.